Hello, my name is Susan Sutherland. I am the minister at Mastrick Parish Church in Aberdeen. Thank you for joining me today. Life hasn't always been working well for us over these last few months. In Scotland, we are on continued lockdown. We are to stay at home, but we can go out more often for short walks. And this is one of the things I have enjoyed and appreciated during this lockdown period. Taking time to go out for a walk every day, discovering new paths around Kings Wells where I live and have lived for almost 3 years. But I know some of you are stuck at home, not going out at all. So, how are you coping? I spoke to one of my parishioners on the phone last week. Gladys is 94 and lives in a flat on her own. And she sets aside 20 minutes each day. And she walks up and down her lobby with her Zimmer, singing Onward Christian Soldiers. And I can just imagine her doing that. Having children at home all the time and getting them to sit down and do their homework has been difficult for many parents. For many of us working at home, that has its challenges too. And I have found that although I go for a walk for about an hour each day, I also need to make space for short renewal breaks throughout the day to intentionally recharge, renew and refresh. Study has shown that the way our brain works is that we don't need a long time to recharge, but what we do need is more frequency in recharging emotionally, physically and spiritually. For instance, when you take medicine, you don't take it all at once. No. To get over our illness, the label on the medication will say something like, take 1 tablet 3 times a day for 5 days. You see, we have to take the required dosage, and that gets the medication into our system in a better way than taking it all in one go. And this is true in emotionally recharging. You'll know what recharges you, and then do it several times a day. If it's playing the piano, if it's working in the garden, if it's doing a puzzle or reading a book, do whatever it is that recharges you, refills your tank. And one of the things you can do is talk to God. Talk to God during these short breaks. Talk to Him while you're walking, while you're doing your hobby. And that will recharge you in multiple ways. There is a great promise in Isaiah chapter 40, verses 30 and 31, that says, even young people become exhausted and give up too soon, but those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. That's refilling your tank. That's recharging your batteries. Verse 31 says, they will soar like eagles. They will keep running and not grow weary. They will walk and not grow weak. That is emotional health. That is spiritual health, and comes from talking to God, waiting on the Lord. And you can do that when you take those short breaks throughout the day. And that is the most important thing I have learned or relearned during this pandemic. To stop rushing around and to wait on the Lord, to spend more time in His Word, and simply to be in His presence. These 2 verses from Isaiah chapter 40, they're familiar and they're often quoted. And I'm sure you've sung them many, many times. And I probably love these verses because of the imagery of soaring like an eagle. Soaring above the clouds, nothing keeping me down. Freedom from cares and struggles, power to rise above the difficulties of life. Strength to keep going no matter what happens. And never being bound to earthly things. Who doesn't want to soar? Especially at the moment. And God wants us to soar like eagles. But you know, before an eagle soars, he has to learn some difficult lessons. And the eagle's existence is often filled with difficulties, with troubles. unpleasant environments, discouragement, and failure. Sound familiar? As wonderful as the eagle is, as majestic and brilliant and beautiful and powerful as he is the king of birds, if he doesn't learn to let go of things that are too heavy, he will never soar. And the same is true for us. As part of my training for full-time ministry for the Church of Scotland, I did a summer placement with the chaplaincy team in the hospitals here in Aberdeen. I spent time at Cornhill, the psychiatric hospital, with Muriel Knox, one of the chaplains, who said to me, "Hold things lightly, Susan." Very good advice, and something that I will always remember. You see, if it's not light, it's not right. And that is how you know whether or not you are carrying the right burden. For Jesus' burden is light. So what or who are you hanging on to right now? Can you let it go? If it's too big to carry, that burden will keep you grounded. It will prevent you from soaring. Remember what Jesus told us. He said, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take your yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Even the strongest of people get tired at times, but God's power and God's strength, they never diminish. And one of our unique advantages as believers in Jesus Christ, with our eagle's wings, is that we can keep on keeping on when it looks like mission impossible, as it is just now with COVID-19. And we need to stretch out those special wings that are ours because of our faith in Jesus Christ, and let the wind of God's Spirit carry us. And with his wind under our wings, we will endure and we will soar on high. God is never too tired to help or to listen. His strength is our source of strength. So let us pray, let us bring our cares, our concerns to him right now, and let us commit or recommit our lives to him. Will you pray with me? Dear God, you know how empty I am just now. You know when my tank is low emotionally, spiritually and mentally and physically, and I need to be recharged. I need to be refueled, and at this moment, I really need to soar like an eagle. But honestly, I can't do that in my own power, and right now, I don't know if I have the energy, so I need you in my life. I need your strength, and I need your power. Jesus Christ, I need you to save me. I need you to change me. I need you to empower me to be able to do what you have called me to do. So God, I'm asking you to give me the power to do them. And I'm asking you to fill me with your Spirit, with your love, and I humbly ask that you accept me into your family. And in your powerful name, I pray. Amen. Thank you for joining me, and be sure to tell people about this message. Pass it on so that more and more people can be emotionally and spiritually healthy during this pandemic. So God bless you, my friends, and I look forward to seeing you next week.